This is the urgent call I am sending to you from above. Before the one your heart is holding on to may drift away from your life in a way that causes you deep pain. My beloved child, stop and listen to me with all the tenderness that remains within you. Because I have not placed this word before you to make you panic, nor to make you live with the feeling that loss is chasing after you. I call you to prepare you, to open your eyes, to help you see what you need to see before it becomes too late within your heart. There are connections that are very precious, yet also very fragile when covered by silence. Hurt, pride, misunderstanding, and the things left unsaid. I am placing my hand upon your heart right now so that you will not continue walking in confusion, will not continue clinging out of fear, and will not lose something precious simply because you refuse to listen at the right time. You know how much that person means to you. Perhaps you have tried to deny it, tried to appear calm, tried to tell yourself that if they left, you would still be fine. But I see what is truly happening inside you. I see the nights you stayed awake because of them, the times you looked back at old messages, the moments when you remembered a voice, a look, a memory that seemed small yet made your heart heavy. I see you trying to keep everything from falling apart, trying to hold on to a connection that is slowly drifting away, trying to understand why there are distances between you now that were not there before. I know you have cried in silence, not always through tears falling down, but through the tightness in your heart when you did not know what to say, what to do, or how to let go. I am not distant from your pain. I am not standing outside, watching you struggle with things you yourself do not fully understand. I have heard the cries you had not yet formed into words. I have seen you asking for a sign, for clarity, for a chance for things to be healed, or at least for you to know how to move forward. I have also seen that person, seen what they are carrying, seen their weariness, their fears, their closed places, and even the things they do not know how to express to you. Therefore, I speak to you with gentleness, but also with seriousness. Do not let your love become clinging, and do not let the fear of losing them cause you to act without wisdom. A separation is standing near the threshold, but you need to understand that not every separation is the same. Some people leave physically because circumstances pull them away from you. Some people leave emotionally because their heart is tired, because they no longer know how to remain without pain. Some people leave in the inner depths, even while still standing before you, still speaking to you, yet the closeness has quietly begun to fade. I do not say this to make you despair. I say it to awaken you, because there are distances that, if recognized early, can still be healed through humility, truth, gentle words, and a willingness to listen. But if you continue allowing pride, silence, or self-protection to control you, what could have been repaired may grow farther away each day. My beloved child, examine the way you are holding that person. Are you holding them with love or with fear? Are you praying for their peace? Or are you only praying that they will not leave you? Are you listening to them with compassion? Or are you only listening to find proof that you are right? Do you truly want to heal what lies between you? Or do you only want to avoid the feeling of being left behind? I do not ask these things to condemn you. I ask them to bring you back to the purity of love. True love does not force. True love does not use pain as a chain. True love does not turn another person into the only place where you set all your hope. I must be your foundation first, so that when you love someone, you do not love from emptiness, but from a heart kept in peace. If there is something that needs to be said, say it with tenderness. If there is a fault that needs to be acknowledged, acknowledge it with humility. If there is an apology that has been delayed for too long, do not let pride bury it any longer. If a boundary needs to be set it in the light, not in anger. If you need to let go of a battle that no longer brings peace, let me teach you how to release it without becoming bitter. But if I am giving you an opportunity to repair what has been broken, do not waste it through hardness of heart. Sometimes the miracle does not begin with the other person changing first, but begins when you choose to speak truthfully, love sincerely, listen honestly, and allow me to soften what has grown hardened within you. I have covered you through many nights when you thought you were alone, when you believed no one understood your pain because of that person. I was there. When you did not know whether you should hold on or let go, I saw the struggle within you. When you felt as though you were slowly losing something precious, I placed around you support you could not see. You have never been abandoned in this pain. But I do not want you to worship a relationship to the point of forgetting your own peace. I do not want you to trade your dignity in order to keep someone, nor do I want you to close your heart simply because you are afraid of being hurt again. I want you to walk in wisdom, where love has mercy but also truth, where hope has faith but also discernment. Bring that person before me. Do not bring only your fear. Do not bring only your desire. Bring the truth as well. Tell me that you need to be guided, that you need to know what to say, when to be silent, what to hold, and what to release. I can heal what seems cracked beyond repair, but I can also give you the strength to keep walking if that person no longer belongs to the season I have appointed for you. Whatever the outcome, you are still loved, whether they stay or leave. I will not leave you, whether this door is restored or closed. Your life remains in my hands. If you believe that I still have a plan, even in the midst of this confusion, let Amen become your sincere response that you choose to listen. Let 1111 remind you that you no longer want to act out of panic, but out of peace. You no longer want to hold on out of fear, but to love with maturity. You no longer want unspoken words, hidden tears, and prolonged misunderstandings to decide your future. Today, let me enter the most painful place within you. Let me place light upon this connection. Let me teach you how to love without losing yourself, how to release without becoming hard, how to wait without despairing, and how to believe that every precious thing in your life is safer when placed in my hands. My beloved child, time is passing, but my mercy is still calling. Do not delay in what you already know needs to be done. Do not let pride speak in place of love. Do not let old pain decide your new response. Walk in gentleness, in truth, and in obedience. If that person still belongs to you in my plan, I will open the way for healing, clarity, and the right return. If that person is only part of a road already passed, I will lift you through the pain and teach you that losing someone does not mean losing yourself. I am still your father. I am still holding you, and I will not let your heart break without my hand bringing healing. Even in this very moment, my armies of angels are being sent on your behalf, quietly doing things your eyes cannot yet see and your mind cannot yet fully understand. My child, do not think that the silence around you is proof of inactivity. Some of the greatest movements are happening behind the curtain, where I am changing hearts, turning circumstances that seemed impossible, and dismantling traps that had been set along the road ahead of you. There are things you thought you had to face alone, but I have already gone before you. There are conversations that have not yet reached your ears, but I have already placed favor within them. There are decisions you thought were closed, but I am softening the hearts that hold the power to open doors. There are places where you thought there were only obstacles, but my messengers are clearing the way so you may pass through in peace. You will soon recognize the signs of that shift. Not everything will become loud immediately, but certain things will begin to change in ways you cannot deny. An unexpected opportunity may appear when you thought every path was silent. A helper may come from a place you never considered. A message, a meeting, an introduction, an idea, or a small door may become the entrance into a much wider season. And above all, I will place upon you a deep peace, not the kind of peace that depends on circumstances, but the peace that comes from knowing your Father is holding all things. When that peace comes, you will understand that I am not only changing what is outside of you, but also renewing what is within you. This new season requires courage from you. Not courage to display your strength before people, but courage to step out of the comfort zone that has held you for too long. There are familiar places that are no longer healthy. There are old habits that once helped you survive a painful season, but now they are keeping you from entering freedom. There are toxic relationships you have kept because you feared loneliness, even though every time you are near them, your heart loses peace. There are fearful thoughts that have stayed with you for so long that you thought they were part of who you are, but they do not belong to you. I am calling you to leave them. I cannot pour the new into a mindset still bound by old ways of thinking. I am preparing new wine for you, but your heart must be renewed, enlarged, and cleansed from the things that no longer fit the place I am leading you. Do not grieve over what I tell you to release. Do not look back too long at the doors I have closed. Do not keep mourning over those who cannot walk with you into the next season. Some things leave not to make you empty, but to make room for true fullness. Some endings are not loss, but protection. Some distance is not abandonment, but a loving boundary I have built to keep you from what would wear you down. You have asked me to expand your life, but expansion always begins with the release of what is occupying the space of blessing. Therefore, trust me when I ask you to let go. Your hands must be empty before they can receive what is greater, more lasting, and purer. I am your provider, the never-ending source of every good gift in your life. Your work, the possessions you have, the relationships around you, and the doors of opportunity on this earth are only temporary channels I can use, but they are not the final source. Do not place more trust in the channel than in the one who created the source. When one channel closes, I can still open another. When one person can no longer help you, I can still send someone else. When one opportunity passes, I can still prepare a better door. I am not limited by the market, the economy, human favoritism, reports, numbers, or predictions that make your heart anxious. I am above all these limits, and I know how to provide for you even in a place others call dry. When the world shakes, do not let your heart shake with it. When the things you used to rely on become uncertain, return to me as your firm foundation. I can nourish you in a place that seems to have no source, open a way where there seems to be no road, and cause you to prosper where others see only lack. I can place new ideas in your mind, support in the hearts of others, clarity in your decisions, and peace in days when you would otherwise be afraid. You do not live by chance. You are cared for by my hand. Therefore, do not let worry about tomorrow steal your trust today. I know what you need, when you need it, and which path will bring provision at the right time. I am also placing my healing hand upon the deepest places within you. The places that have been cracked for so long that you thought you would have to learn to live with them forever. I touch your weary body, which has endured pressure, lack of rest, and nameless burdens. I touch your anxious mind, where thoughts keep circling, making it hard for you to sleep, hard to breathe, hard to believe in what is good. I touch the broken places in your family, the distances formed over time, the words left unspoken, the pains not yet named, the misunderstandings that have made love hesitant. I do not want merely to soothe you for a moment. I want to restore you from the root, so that what once hurt you will no longer control the way you live, the way you love, or the way you hope. Your painful story will not end in darkness. I will turn it into a song of victory, not because pain itself is beautiful, but because my power can turn ashes into beauty, tears into harvest, and wounds into places where light shines out so others may receive more hope. You have gone through things no one fully understands, but I understand. You have endured hidden battles, but I have seen them. Many times you thought you could not stand any longer, yet I lifted you through each day. And now, I am making the very place where you once hurt become the place where you carry comfort for others. What almost made you fall will no longer be a burden of shame, but a testimony that my mercy is stronger than every season of brokenness. So, step into the new season with courage and humility. Release what I tell you to release. Trust the source instead of clinging to the channel. Open your heart to healing instead of continuing to hide the wound. I am going before you, sending help, arranging meetings, opening doors, and restoring places that seemed impossible to restore. Do not fear change when it comes from me. Do not resist the shift simply because it moves you away from what is familiar. What I have prepared for you is greater than your comfort zone, deeper than your fear, and more lasting than anything you tried to hold by your own strength. Stay close to me, my beloved child. I am your Father, the one who provides, heals, protects, and leads you into a season where peace, restoration, and abundance will together testify that I have never left your life. You have had to bear too many hidden wounds from the harsh judgments that people once threw upon your life. My beloved child, I heard all those words, both the words spoken straight to your face and the words whispered behind your back. I saw how they weighed down your heart, made your shoulders heavier, and made you sometimes afraid to lift your head because you thought what they said about you was true. They said you would never rise again. They said you were too late, too far, too broken, too full of mistakes to be restored. They looked at one difficult stretch of your road and quickly judged the whole journey. They looked at the times you stumbled and thought that was your final name. But today I speak to you. Their words are not the final sentence. And your past has no right to rule the future I am writing. I am the one who specializes in choosing what the world calls impossible, lifting those who have been overlooked, and placing holy purpose upon lives others once looked down on. I do not see you through the narrow eyes of prejudice. I do not choose you based on a spotless record in the eyes of people, nor on how many times you have failed, nor on how many people believed or did not believe in you. I choose according to my higher will. I see what I planted in you before others even knew your name. I see the strength hidden beneath the layer of weariness. I see beauty being formed even in the seasons when you thought only brokenness remained. I see your quiet obedience, the times you still sought me when no one knew you were hurting, the times you still tried to keep your heart upright while being misunderstood. And I say that those things are precious before me. Do not let human judgment make you forget that my way of choosing is always different from the world. People often look at outward appearance, status, false perfection, and the applause of the crowd. But I look at the depth of a heart that knows how to return, how to be shaped, how to rise after falling, and how to say yes even before the tears have dried. I once raised a young shepherd from the wilderness into a place of great responsibility. I once used the humility of a poor young woman to open a chapter of salvation for many. And today, I am calling you too, not because you feel worthy enough in yourself, but because I have placed upon you a purpose far beyond what you have dared to imagine. You may look at yourself and see many shortcomings, but I look at you and see a vessel that can be cleansed, upheld, guided, and used for something great. What I am placing upon you is not as small as fear has told you. It is not merely an opportunity to feel better for a moment, nor only temporary support to help you get through a few difficult days. I am preparing for you a deep entrustment, a calling that can spread outward, an obedience today that can open the way for blessing to touch many people later. There are generations that will benefit from the decision you make in this season. There are people who will find hope when they see you restored. There are weary hearts that will be encouraged by the story of your rising. Therefore, do not look down on yourself. Do not say your life has no influence. Do not think that your choice today concerns only you. When one of my children dares to believe, dares to obey, dares to step out from under the condemnation of the past, an entirely new flow can begin. I want you to understand that the door I am opening before you is not a brief stroke of luck that will soon disappear. This is not a passing moment for you to rejoice for a few days and then return to the old smallness. This is a turning point shift, a change that can reshape your direction, your thinking, your way of living, and the way you see yourself. I am not only opening a door so you can step into a different circumstance. I am renewing you from within, so you will no longer carry the mindset of the heavily burdened days when you enter the new season. You will no longer live as the version of yourself once controlled by fear. You will no longer bow your head before old labels. You will no longer allow words people spoke in a dark season to decide how you walk in the light I am giving. I am peeling away every label that others placed on you through ignorance, cruelty, prejudice, and their own limitations. They called you weak. But I call you one who has been refined through storms and is still standing. They called you ordinary. But I call you one set apart for a holy purpose. They called you forgotten. But I call you my beloved child, the one who has never disappeared from my sight. They called you too late. But I call you right on time in my plan. They called you beyond repair. But I call you one being restored by the hand that has power to make all things new. You do not need to keep wearing the garments others have thrown onto your shoulders. I am clothing you with new dignity, with a pure confidence, with a peace that does not come from the praise of the crowd, but from knowing you belong to me, my beloved child. Let my word be stronger than every voice that has ever wounded you. Let my truth replace the sentences that have clung to you for too long. You are not the sum of your old mistakes. You are not the final result of words of criticism. You are not the broken part that others keep staring at. You are the one I am reshaping, lifting up, and leading into a new season. Perhaps you once lost your way, but I still know the road that brings you back. Perhaps you once moved slowly, but I can still restore time in my way. Perhaps you were once rejected, but human rejection cannot cancel my acceptance. What I call holy, no one has the right to call useless. What I call chosen, no one has the right to call discarded. So rise up within your heart and stop bowing before old words. I did not call you out of the past, so you would keep carrying the chains of the past in your thoughts. I did not open a new door for you to walk through it while still seeing yourself through shame. I want you to enter this season with a heart washed clean from inferiority, a mind renewed from lies, and a spirit ready to say yes to the purpose I have placed before you. Do not wait until everyone recognizes you before you believe what I have said. Do not wait until circumstances are perfect before you walk forward. My confirmation is enough for you to begin. My hand is enough to lift you. My calling is enough to define you. Today, I want you to receive this truth with humility and faith. You are chosen not to boast, but to reveal my faithfulness. You are lifted up not to retaliate against those who once looked down on you, but to become evidence that my love can restore what people thought was ruined. You are brought through this door not to live for ego, but to live in a higher purpose, deeper obedience, and lasting peace. What I am doing will not fade with the season. It will rename your life, redirect your future, and make you understand that every cruel word once poured upon you cannot stop the loving word I have spoken. Step forward, my beloved child, because I am calling you out of the old labels and bringing you into the place where you can live according to what I appointed long ago. Recently, there have been strange stirrings within you that you yourself have not yet been able to name clearly. There are moments when you suddenly want to be still, to step away from the noise, to close out everything outside so you can find a quiet space before me. There are moments when, amid so much chaos, you feel a very gentle peace pass through your heart, not coming from your circumstances, not coming from human explanation, but like a tender sign that I am still there. There are also moments when a quiet awareness rises within you, as though your heart is whispering that something greater is about to open, that a movement is drawing near, that there is a door I am preparing for you to enter. My beloved child, these things are not random. They are traces of my hand moving in your life. Perhaps you have felt weary, with pressure pressing in from many sides, responsibilities, question, and unresolved matters, making you feel at times as though you no longer have enough strength to continue. But no matter how heavy things may be outwardly, deep within you, there is still a small ray of light that refuses to go out. You cannot explain why you still hope. Why, after so many disappointments, you still want to believe one more time. Why, amid confusing days, you still sense that I have not finished your story. That ray of light is my sign. I myself am rekindling faith within you, breathing warmth into the places that had grown cold, reviving what pain once tried to bury. I have seen the times when you were confused by your own emotions. Sometimes you wanted to give up, yet something pulled you to stand again. Sometimes you thought your faith had run dry, but a small reminder, a moment of peace, or a timely meeting made you realize that I was still leading you. That is how I draw near to you in this season, not always with a loud sound, but through gentle signs, deep inner promptings, and feelings only your heart can understand. I am teaching you to distinguish between the noise of fear and the call of peace, between the pressure that unsettles your mind and the guidance that makes you steady. Therefore, do not take lightly those quiet movements within you. When you are prompted to pray, stop and come to me. When peace appears in the middle of the storm, recognize that I am covering you. When hope rises, even though circumstances have not yet changed, know that I am preparing you for something new. You did not create that spark by your own strength. I am the one preserving it so that weariness will not swallow you. Stay closer to me in these days. My beloved child, listen more carefully, walk more slowly, and let me guide you through each sign. What I am doing within you is very real, very deep, and right on time.